Greetings, Eric Bakker. Thanks for coming back. We're going to talk about what some of the best snacks are if you're on a Candida cleanse. If you're on a Candida approach and you feel like snacking, what should you snack on? Well, the whole idea about the Candida crusher approach is to basically get people away from eating a conventional SAD diet, or we call the standard American diet, a pretty crappy diet, and then moving into a more natural approach. So a natural approach also means snacking on natural kind of foods, not snacking on Twinkies or snacking on donuts or, snacking on cans of Coke and things like that. So the temptation is there. So when you undergo the big cleanup or the initial part of the Candida crusher approach, you're going to basically go through your pantry, go through your refrigerator. You're going to get rid of all the crap out of your life, all the junk, the stuff that you know you shouldn't be eating and drinking. You turf all that out first. That's going to minimize the chances of you snacking on the wrong kind of food. Right? That's to start with. Try and become a person who over a period of several years doesn't really eat out much anymore. And if you do eat out, it's to a very nice place with your partner or your friends. But don't get in the habit of eating out at the big box places, like McDonald's and KFC and places like that. It's not a great idea. The more you hone your skills on what you eat as your default diet, the less a chance you're going to snack on junk too. It's very easy to snack on fries or snack on candy if you're already in that takeaway kind of mode. So be like me and hardly ever eat a takeaway. And if you do eat a takeaway, it's going to be maybe a Thai or an Asian, or a sushi or something like that. But try not to eat generally on crappy food when you go out. All right? That's going to shave down your snack choices when you're at home as well, because you'll be less inclined to think about snacking on junk. When you've got the right kind of snack foods at home, again, it's harder to make the wrong call, isn't it? So when you go shopping, have a look around. There are plenty of snack foods that you can get. But then again, ask yourself the question, why do you want to snack on foods? Snacking also could mean you eventually join the BBC. We've talked about the BBC before, haven't we? The Big Bum Club, just in case you forgot that. So snacking leads to a big butt, big thighs, big everything. Because why do you want to snack? If you're eating 3 good meals a day, you generally don't need to snack. When I look at eating an apple during the day, I don't even see that, in my opinion, as a snack food, but many people would call that as a snack. I've been eating apples all my life, so it's not unusual for me to eat 1 or 2 apples a day, and I generally eat them between meals. To me, that's just part of my normal daily routine. When I ever drive a motor vehicle, I'll often have an apple in my hand, and my son says, "You'll get fined. You'll get a $50 fine for doing that. You can't talk on your mobile phone when you're driving. How can you eat an apple?" Well, I say, when I'm eating an apple, I'm not actually looking at what kind of song I'm going to select on the apple, am I? I'm not exactly, chatting to my friends on Facebook on a Granny Smith, am I? I'm putting it in my mouth and then eating it. So, yeah, okay, that might be one of my bad habits, but I like eating an apple when I drive the car. You may have some crazy habits yourself. The point I'm trying to make is try and get into the habit of eating fresh fruit, like apples if you can, right? When you eat foods like this high in fiber, you're going to feel quite full. You're not going to want to snack on a lot of crappy food. Poor snack choices are the carbohydrate snack choices. Cookies, cakes, slices, scones, muffins, donuts, all this crappy food. It's just crappy for the gut. You really don't want to snack on these farinaceous kind of foods, biscuits, things like that. Junk, as far as I'm concerned. My opinion, the best snacks will be vegetables and fruits, nuts or seeds. These are unadulterated. Okay, these are much better for your digestive system. A couple of Brazil nuts per day, a few almonds per day. You only want to look at about 3 or 4 Brazil nuts as a max, really. And then when you eat a Brazil nut, you can chew on a Brazil nut for a long, long time. 5 or 6 almonds with the skins on them, good snack food. Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, roasted sesame seeds with sea salt, quite a nice snack. What about pieces of celery or carrot, especially if you make up a nice dip? You can make a hummus dip up, very, very tasty, or a salsa dip with avocado. There are lots of snacks that you can snack on. All right? Go to your health food shop is another option for you, is to talk to a person at a really good organic, health food store. When I was in Los Angeles near Santa Monica, I spoke to this really cool guy in this health food shop there. And I said, "Hey, mate, what have you got for healthy snacks?" And within 5-10 minutes, he showed me about 20 different options. and they were all very, very good options too. So it's surprising what you can find in the health food shop. But remember, snacking is not something that you want to be doing after your meals. But I mean, you know, what I'm saying is, you've had your supper at night, you don't want to be sitting down in front of television with a snack. When you get into these habits, this is how you gain weight over a prolonged period of time. Not a good idea. Snacking is best done, in my opinion, you know, in the morning or early afternoon, not late afternoon or evening. Wrong time for snacking. Check out Candida Crusher, the book that I wrote. There are plenty of good snack options in there. You'll find more on that topic in the book for sure. Thanks for tuning in.